Hi, this video is for users of Craft Artist Pro 2. It's Paula here, and I'm kind of doing a continuation of the Bash um, Bash label tutorial that I did, but this one is also meant to kind of stand alone. And so I'm going to kind of pick up where we left off, but I'm going to review a couple of things. In the original Bash video, I showed you how to make your own background paper and graphic styles, but I'm going to start with that again. So what I did was we went with the stencil and we pulled it onto our page and resized it, and using the brushes that come standard with the program, we're going to use this glitter glue gold brush. And what I'm going to do is select my brush up here, and when I use glitters and I'm using it for, say, a page, I like to get my brush large. So I mean, you can go from, you know, it goes from very small to very large, and I like it larger because there's more detail in it. And you just paint over it. Then you hit your select tool, select your stencil, lift stencil, and there's your glitter. Now, in that tutorial, we were trying to match the glitter going to this bag here. And using the gold glue glitter, you don't get as bright of a color here. So one thing you can do is you can go to your color tab and select different colors and try to change it up. When you go to yellow, it just picks up more green. And because it's a brush, and brushes only work on lines, you will always see that your line is here when you're changing your color. These colors are pretty nice. And if you view more of my videos, you'll see that glitter and graphic style, I use those a lot. So what you can do is just pull this over here into your embellishment, change some colors, pull it over here into your embellishments, and then you can keep adding these, and you'll have these to use later on for another project. But okay, now going back to the glitter, and actually I'm gonna pull this one in because this is the one I actually created for that tutorial. Again, it's not as bright as the one on the bag. So I tried to make some changes a couple of ways, and they didn't work. I tried to go to my tools, convert it to curves, and if you do that, it takes it back to all the brush strokes you used. So that was no good. I tried to convert it to a picture, and then it would let me change the color, but it was still not giving me any more changes than the brush did. And when I tried to do it this way or that way using the color wheel, I still wasn't getting the gold color that I wanted. So what I decided to do was to, I just hit undo a couple of times to get to that green, so you know what I did. And I pull this back out. What I did was I had this square here, and then I just added another square. Try to get it to that same size. Just going to put it right on top. I'm going to change it to this gold color. But if you look over here where it says blend mode, Craft Artist gives you a lot of options there. And so if you go down here, you click on blend mode, you have all these different options to try. And I would say when you have time, just come in here and play with it, because that's the only way you're going to learn different things in this program. And honestly, I just figured this out prior to making this tutorial. Okay, that one I hit darken, lighten. Now if you can see it, you can see some of the detail of the pattern underneath. Screen. Okay, that really didn't work for me. But the one that I really like is the overlay. And you see that yellow color, that just really brighten this up. I'm going to group these, and again I'm going to pull it into my embellishments. There we go. And when I have it over here in my embellishments, it's still a group item, so it didn't really change it. So if I keep it in my embellishments for another time, I can ungroup it, and I can still pick that yellow layer and change my colors that way. And by just changing the colors of that, I'm going to get a different effect. Now this is it with just being red. And I'm going to hit undo. And you see the brightness of that red with the overlay on it. And then what'll give you a two-tone effect is if you take that, again this is my yellow layer, I'm going to add a transparency to it. Now this is going to give me a nice ombre effect. And again, you can go through and change colors on that. See, I'm not getting a color change because I'm just changing the outside line on this, and I don't have line selected, so I need to make sure that I'm on my fill. And that's some pretty stuff. And like I said, I love glitters. I showed you where I purchased glitters from Creative Market, and I also purchased some glitter papers. If you saw my video saying where to find graphics at, I purchased more papers from Digital Rainbow on Etsy. And I'll tell you, I've been paying for these things. And I had the capability to do this all along in Craft Artist, so I will be saving some money there, and you can too. Now this page right here, this is that brown that I made. This is just a gold glitter glue on a square, and this is a transparent overlay. I mean transparent square, the square with the transparency added to it. And then I just put it on different things. Now if I just put that transparency on top of that like this, it's not too exciting. I mean, you could make this more transparent, but it's still, you still lose some of that color, the detail to it. So these are the ones that I did. I used different blend modes over here. So I use color, multiply, hue, and overlay. And again, overlay has been my favorite. And again, you come over here and you change the color of your overlays. This is where I get carried away in craft artists because I could do this all day. Or that's one thing. But then I could also change my papers and come up with some really different different papers. And then again, if you take these and as you go along, if you just get it, drag it over here into your embellishments, you can make yourself a whole digikit full of different papers in just a few clicks of just changing changing out colors. And this is like where I get lost in craft artists because I start playing and then 3 hours have gone by. But I'm gonna wrap this up, and again, be sure to come over here and play with your blend your blend modes. Again, it's color, hue, overlay, and multiply. There it is up there. Those are the ones I use just to create these different effects. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.